we've been on a test ride. We've been up the roughest road I know of today. And, woohoo! I figured we'd get her back home and the front axle hadn't fell out from under it, or the back axle, then maybe it's put together pretty well. A friend of mine wanted to go for a ride in the car, so I took it up to his place, but it's kind of a long ways and had to come up this rough road to do it, so I guess it's as good a way as any to test the old girl out. We got a car show this weekend over in China. We got to drive ways to get there, so after riding on a road like this, I think about anything else we put her through would probably be okay. Got anything you want to add? We're going to do it again. We don't want to do it again. It's got my bird all wobbly up front. We took a ride up 131 today. It's about as rough a road as I know of in the whole world. It seems like it wrecks one of my cars about every year. And man, this thing was rougher than a cog. Some time ago, when I was playing around with the suspension on this thing, I tossed these air shocks on here. It's kind of an experiment. I don't even know. I thought at the time I could give me more control over adjusting the height of the car. But man, they were stiff as all get out. I let all the air out of them. They were still stiff as all get out. So I put the old shocks that I used to have, the old regular gas shocks, back in place here, and you got some bounce now. And like I say, we took a ride up 131 today, and man, it was brutal. I was just afraid the car was going to fall apart, which it didn't. You know, I took the trunk out of here. A lot of you know that I built a stainless steel trunk. There's the pieces leaned up against the wall over there, and I used those tags that's on the back of the Rambler around the edges. But I also made it where I could pull it out. And I pulled it out today for two reasons. One, so that I could look over all the suspension, and the other, so that I could swap these shocks. And now that I've swapped them, I've got some bounce. And now that I've got some bounce, I'm going to go for another ride. I'm going to go find me some bumpy roads, and I'm going to bounce around on them and see how it feels. To be honest with you, last time I drove this with these shocks on here, I never got it out of the quarry. I didn't have a floor or anything else. So I don't know. We'll see how it is. I've got we got a car run coming up this weekend out to China, which is a little town a ways from here, and I want to. You know, we got quite a ways to drive to get there, so I want to make sure we got everything ready. So getting the ride right is important, because we'll have a pretty good ride to get out there. Plus, I don't like for the road to be that rough on the girl. She's bouncing so hard, my little hood ornament came loose this morning. So anyway, I think I'll go ahead and tighten that up too. Then I'll go for a ride, and then I'll let you know what I think. Feels pretty good so far. I'm already liking it better. A little bit of bounce in the back end makes a big difference. This bridge will be the teller though. There's a big bump on the other side of this bridge, kind of bang bang. We'll see how big a bang it is with the different shocks on here. Oh yeah, that was tremendously better than it was before. There's another spot back there. Actually, there's a rough old road that leads up behind the old graveyard. I'm going to take that road when we come back. This is full of bumps and potholes, but I tremendously already like this better. This is really good, because it's important, you know, if you're driving a car and you don't feel right, the suspension's too stiff. If it ain't right, it ain't right. You know, there just ain't no way around it. So anyway, this is tremendously better. I'll turn around down here just past the old farm and go ahead back. put my trunk back in tonight. I'm gonna lay y'all down while I drive down here. Yeah, that's a lot better. If I go back home, I put my trunk back in, I'll tighten up the hood ornaments some more. And I'm going to put the camera down so I can drive with both hands. It's more fun that way. Oh, I almost forgot. I did say I was going to take this old rough road up over the graveyard, so I'll do that. That'll give me a good chance to test things out pretty well. It's a lot better. I know it's rough, but it's just a lot better than it was. That's all there is to it. It was too rough before. I don't mind it being a little stiff, especially on a rough old road like this. Kind of expect that, but sometimes it's just too rough. If it's too rough, it's too rough. You know, it ain't no fun to drive. So this is a lot better. Okay, I'm done for the day. I think I've got the. I went ahead and put the stainless steel back in here. I had tag plates along the edge to close up that lip, but you know what? The stuff I'm putting in there right now ain't that small, and nothing's going to fall through, and I don't like the way those plates look all that much necessarily, so I might just leave them out for the moment till I think over what I'd really like to have in there. Same kind of thing back here. You know, I put that bag on the back of the car. It's got a big tarp that I could throw over this thing if I got caught out in a rainstorm, and I got that. And maybe a couple of those folding chairs, and none of those things are going to fall out of here, so I think for the moment I'm going to leave it just like this, and that'll be good enough for the car show.